Sipping some moringa tea right now, man. Moringa, spearmint, and sage tea. But anyway, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the RBM DRT channel. I'm Jamel Redemption, and this is another episode. I ain't really titled my show yet, but like and subscribe. Make sure you like and subscribe. I ain't doing this for nothing. A little support go a long way. I'm happy to be here with y'all today without being sponsored by alcoholic beverages. I'm sipping some tea right now, so I think this gonna be the new. I thought earlier I said my series is gonna be called RBM DRT. RBM DRT time. I like the sound of it. I don't know. I'm not sure about that though. You'll see. But I'm happy to be here with y'all in a sober state of mind. And I want to thank y'all, the viewers, who've been staying down and, engaging and commenting and liking and subscribing. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Because on this YouTube thing, on these YouTube streets, it's hard. You know what I mean? But I believe I have something to say. I believe that I can be a voice for the voiceless. And I believe I can help other people. And I believe that I can benefit from this. And I believe all that, man. But, I appreciate y'all. But, today's show, the title of this show is Bad Communication Corrupts Good Manners. And it's a lot of things I've been seeing on YouTube recently that I want to touch on. But first I want to touch on Snootie Wow. Snootie Wow is a rapper from Memphis who was signed to the Cocaine Music Group imprint, the Yo Gotti imprint. And he died from a gunshot wound to the neck this Saturday. The rapper Snootie Wow, his claim to fame is his big hit song Yayo, and his other hit single Made Me with K Camp. And my condolences goes to his family and his child. I don't know if he has children, but I know, the article I was just peeping on, it talked about him having a 3-year-old, and he was, engaged, and his fiance That's another thing, man. All these rappers, the ones that be passing away, they be engaged. They be having long time girlfriends. Like Young Dolph, he had a long time girlfriend. Nipsey Hussle, he had a long time girlfriend with Lauren London. The list goes on. Even down to DMX. You know, he was divorced from his first wife. I'm not sure if he had married his new woman. He might have been currently married, but a lot of those rappers, man, they don't be married. And it's just sad because, you know, their legacy is hindered from that fact. But I was looking at the Snootie Wild thing, and I was thinking about all the rappers who've been getting murdered recently, and like Young Dolph's murder, Snootie Wild's murder, and several of other, even Nipsey Hussle's. They weren't murdered because of rap beef. They weren't murdered because things that they've said in their music. Like Lil Fat, all down to Lil Fat. He wasn't murdered because of rap beef or, you know, things of that nature. Even King Von, he wasn't murdered because of his lyrics. You see what I'm saying? Alright. But these, like, according to the internet, according to just, if you got eyes, rap, hip-hop, the leading cause of death for a rapper is murder. It's not natural causes. It's not old age, because, you know, rap is relatively still a young art form. It's not old age. It's not natural causes. It's not, you know, cancer, diabetes, none of that other stuff. The number one leading cause of death in the rap and hip hop and rap is murder, homicide. Homicide in hip hop occurs 5 to 32 times more often than any other genre of music. Any other genre. Now, I would go as far as saying that for hip hop artists, you increase your chances of surviving hip hop if you put more positivity in your lyrics. You don't see Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Common, even Kanye West. You don't see Fonte. You don't see D1 from New Orleans. You don't see You don't see rappers like KRS-One, although when he did rap a lot of criminal-minded stuff, that's when Scott LaRock got murdered. You know, it's like De La Soul. The list can go on. The list goes on and on and on. The ratio of gangster street rapper who only raps about street things and them dying from homicide is higher than, let's say, conscious, gospel, positive rapper, alternative rapper, whatever, and homicide. That's low. That's a lower ratio. So it's like you look at the words, the subject matter, and what you're talking about, and what kind of energy it brings around you, and what it encourages you to do in your lifestyle. It's like I'm coming to you today drinking tea, not smoking a cigarette. And one of those main reasons is because on previous videos that I've been doing, I noticed I was smoking, I was drinking, I was slurring my words. I didn't have a clear, concise verbiage about myself. And the things that I was talking about were leading me to really start studying other things and questioning other things about myself. And my YouTube channel name is Repairing Broken Men by Doing Righteous Things. And I'm the biggest man that needs repairing in this channel. I could call it repairing a broken man by doing righteous things. You see what I'm saying? But it's like me doing that, talking about those things, is bringing me to drinking tea and talking. Now, I might smoke a cigarette on this video, but that's my prerogative. But there will be no alcohol on this video. And there will be no alcohol on more videos to come, because I've resolved to put the bottle down for a period of time. You know? I haven't been... yesterday made 2 weeks I haven't eaten meat, red meat, or chicken. I've been eating fish, but yesterday made 2 weeks, no red meat, no chicken. So me talking about things and using the words and listening to conscious music and gospel music and alternative rap and rap that does not deal with street topics, you know, and putting those kind of words in me have allowed me to get to a place where I can articulate my point like this. That being said, you look at the recent years in hip-hop and rap, and you look at all the homicides and all that right there, you can't help but to think about the music that surrounds all of these brothers, man. The music that surrounds them is all street stuff. It's all murder, 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 shoot 'em up, ops this, ops that, smoking on this pack and that pack. all of the music that surrounds them is on that level. Is on that lower vibration. So you see a lot of incarceration. You see a lot of homicide. You see a lot of broken families. You see a lot of losing money. You see a lot of divorce. You see a lot of gossip. You see a lot of, turmoil in hip hop. It's less about the party, man, these days. It's less about the party and it's more about the streets. But we all know what comes with the streets. We've been told that since we were children. We were told that there are two end results to the streets. Right? They told us as children that the streets lead to death or prison. It's nothing new. So, personally, I've monitored my street music intake. For years, I've done that though. I've never gravitated towards street rap unless it was conveyed in an artistic manner. Nas's Illmatic is a street rap album, right? But it also has beautiful artistry. You see what I'm saying? It paints the street in a way that tells the story in all of its good, bad, and ugly. Even Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt did that. But back when it came out, I gravitated towards more of Illmatic because, Reasonable Doubt was for a sophisticated street person. And, as a young fella, a lot of Jay-Z's subject matter, I didn't really, experience until I was older. It was more mature. It was more for the sophisticated street person. The person who was, knee deep in the streets. And although I've never been knee deep in the streets, I have put my foot in the water to see if it was cold. You know what I mean? So it's I knew that water was cold. It's a cold street. It's a cold game. It's that Bankroll Fresh dude. I remember when he was gaining popularity. And all his music, his favorite word to say was street. You see what I'm saying? So it's the people who survive the streets respect the streets. And even some of them don't survive the streets. But for the majority of the time, the people that do survive the streets, they respect the streets. It's like a surfer. It's like you could go to a beach, right? And you can see people, on the shore with their umbrellas, with their blankets, with their coolers, with their kites, with their frisbees, with their Nerf footballs, and a whole nine, with their bathing suits, with their swimming trunks, and they swimming in the water, But then you see the surfers, right? People who riding in waves, right? they be far out there, man. They be in dangerous waters, right? But one thing you gotta know about them surfers, they respect the ocean. They got to. And I would go, while I'm making this analogy, I would go as far as saying that the surfers have less of a death toll from the ocean than just average beachgoers. Because the average beachgoers don't respect the water as much as a surfer does. Now, it's just a little analogy that came to me. You know how them analogies come to you. Sometimes you put it together good, sometimes you don't. And since I put that one together that good, I'm going to leave it right there before I get too deep. Because I'll get crisscross with the analogy. But I'll put it like this. The average person in the street, just in there, right? And they have a level of respect, right? But they got a bigger chance of falling victim to the streets opposed to a person who respects the streets. A person who moves, who knows how to move in a room full of vultures. Feel me? A person who really know how to navigate through the streets, they got a higher survival rate. Though the survival rate of the streets is low, those who respect the streets got a higher chance for survival. What we see in our modern time ain't no respect for the street. And ain't no respect for the streets being expressed in the music. See, in the early days of hip hop, you had rappers like in the streets and who were rapping, but they respected the streets so much they didn't put a lot of the street stuff in their raps. And then you had a time where in hip hop where the rappers respected the streets so much. They rapped about the streets, but they knew not to mess with the streets. You had rappers like Ice Cube, who wasn't really in the streets, but his music was street. But he also had other subject matters in his music because he respected the streets. So he survived. He's an example of a rapper who rapped street stuff but survived. Because why? He respected the streets and he rapped about so many other things that his words wasn't attracting so much negativity to his whole cipher, to the point to where now he's a multi-millionaire, multiple times over. So it's like Snoop Dogg. Rapper who came from the streets, who rapped about the streets, who for a short time, because of the stuff he was rapping about, murder was the case. He had a murder charge. Luckily for him, he beat it. Started rapping about different things a little bit, and he survived it. But through it all, Snoop respected the streets. He's surviving it because he down to Boozy. Boozy ain't no fool. Boozy respects the streets. Now, he raps about that stuff, but look at Boozy. He got songs about everything. He got songs about injustice. He got songs about love and family and all kind of other subject matter. So a lot of the things that are attracted to him, the negativity comes from the negativity he puts out, but he puts out a lot of positivity too, and a little bit of positivity goes a long way. But good communication can repair bad manners. How about that? Evil communication can corrupt good manners, man. That's really that's what I'm saying here, man. It's like, you can have a good intention, but if you surround yourself, if you just wear a aura, a attitude of negativity, it can mess up those good intentions. So it really starts, a lot of it starts with the attitude, man, and the respect level. It really boils down to respect. Like, people like to say they're big on respect, but we got to remember to respect ourselves and respect those things that we into. Like, a lot of times I've noticed that my biggest, downfalls in my life came from the times where I didn't respect myself. So I definitely wasn't respecting my surroundings, right? So I was listening to music that would disrespect me, that would put more disrespect for myself inside of me. Like, a lot of that street music is a lot of the guys that talk about, all of their wins and how they got all this money and they better than you and whatever. You listening to that, and if you broke, you know what I mean? And you just listening to somebody basically disrespecting you. You feel me? So it's like, a lot of times in my life, I noticed that, I know that music, that street music, it ain't for me. And it's only for people who in the streets and respect the streets, or who may not even be in the streets, but they respect the streets. If you don't respect the streets, man, and all you do is listen to that type of music, you making yourself stupid. You attracting negativity to yourself. You see what I'm saying? And you advertising the streets. So if that's what you want to do, just make sure you respect the streets, because that increases your chance of survival. Mind you, the streets have a bar that's set for a low survival rate. So, moving along, because I respect the streets, it's just like a surfer respecting the ocean. I look online, and I see so many brothers who have fell victim to the streets, whether it's financially, relationship-wise, or especially mentally. And I say mentally because it's this it's this personality figure named Crip from California, who's gained a lot of internet fame in recent times. And a lot of people, watch his videos, his interviews or whatever. And he does a lot of funny little antics, and he even helps people in the community, He gives back. So it's like, I watched a video recently of him when he was younger, and I said, damn, that's the same person? Like, when he was younger, before he had all them tattoos and whatever, and before he started talking with that raspy voice, He just looked like a, a little kid with a lot of potential. He was freestyling, and all that. And I said, damn, what happened to him, man? What happened to that man? Because now he's on the internet. Recently, he got beat up real bad because, something he did in California. Heard he just got locked up, whatever the case may be. But I said, what happened, man? Because if you see that video from when he was a teenager, and then you look now, he's not, you know what I mean? He's going through it. He looks like what life has put him through. So, I saw another interview he did, and he was talking about how when he was a teenager and he was in jail, they put him on mental health medications. And I was like, oh. So I was like, man, listen. I started thinking about that, man. I started thinking about my people, man, and how, we just be, when you look at the warfare they use against us, they use chemical warfare with the medications. They using, subliminal mind control warfare with the music. Because they got the street music up here. Which ain't nothing wrong with the street music if that's your thing. But you can't push street music on people who don't respect the streets. Because if you don't respect if you don't respect that water, you're gonna drown. If you don't respect that traffic and you just go out there and play in traffic, you're gonna crash. You gotta respect those vehicles on the road. You gotta respect things. You can't just be out here not respecting things. You feel me? It's order of operations. You got to do things in decency and order. But the thing is, they got warfare around us where they're attacking us with the street music. They're attacking us with the chemical warfare. They're attacking us with the food. You feel me? So it's like, I looked at the Crip Mac dude then when he was a teenager, and then I looked at him now, and I was like, man, that's why I do my videos. That's what RBMDRT is all about. Cause underneath those tattoos, underneath the him holding the OE and talking with that raspy voice, underneath all of that, was a strong boy who was broken and who I believe can be repaired, who can be reestablished, who can be redeemed, who can be restored. And although I use the word warfare, they got these warfares, a lot of it is just what we choose to do. How we choose to go against what we know is right and what we know is wrong. How we choose to overindulge or abuse, the streets or our vices, our habits. So, yeah, I believe there is agendas at place, things that keep people controlled, right? But ultimately, the choice lies within us all, what we want to do, what we're gonna do. You know what I mean? And I know personally, like, to be where I am, to be where I'm at right now, I'm all about like reconstruction. You know what I mean? Reestablishing something, man. Something real. Just for me. and in hopes that somebody else can take it and be like, they can respect, like the same way I saying I respect things that are outside of me. Someone else can look at me, don't even know me from Adam, and respect me, respect what I doing, because I'm not here to knock nobody for what they doing. I'm here to encourage someone who may feel broken, who may feel out of place. I'm here to encourage you to repair yourself, rebuild yourself, forgive yourself, man. Stop blaming yourself, man. It did. But it's a lot of things with that rap music, that rap culture out right now, that street rap culture, that ain't for everybody. And that music is causing and stirring up a lot of things in the black community. It's causing a lot of loss of life. We losing a lot of fathers. And it's just like, we just need to respect what we into a little bit more. That's what I believe. We gotta, if you do street music, if you enjoy street music, just respect the streets, man, because the streets are dangerous. And put a little different subject matter in your music so you can increase your chances of survival in that life. Because I'm tired of coming on. I'm tired of looking at my phone and seeing another rapper lost their life. So it's bigger than me just not wanting to listen to that music. These are black men. You feel me? I'm a black man. So when I see these things, whether it's a black person getting shot by a police, being unarmed, or whatever I see that it looks like a person like me, or, you know what I mean? Me and Snootie Wild, we in the same age demographic. Me and Nipsey Hussle, we was the same age demographic. It's like these people, you know, we come from similar places. You feel me? We got similar backgrounds. So it's like, my heart be, like I be feeling some type of way in my heart about it. But it's like I'm saying, at this point, man, it's like, I'm realizing that evil communication corrupts good manners. And all of that good intentions that we have, people be wanting to get out the hood, people be wanting to provide for their family. Those are good intention, good manners. But when you put all that evil in your music, you know what I mean? It corrupts that. Now another fella lost his life, and his child growing up fatherless. His fiance ain't get to see them manifest their wedding. A little bit of love go a long way, though. So I just encouraging people out there, man, to just love yourself more. You know? Love yourself more. Build yourself up. If you feel like you broken inside and you want to be restored, stop listening to that BS music you've been listening to, man. That's the first key. For you. I'm talking to you, because I noticed that since I really put my foot down, you know, I surround myself with listening to Black Thought from the Roots. Listen to a lot of his music when I want to listen to rap. D1, I did a review to his latest album on my YouTube channel. D1, even Crip, Lee, gospel rappers. Like I've been putting absorbing. Like that's when I'm listening to rap. Other than that, man, I've been going back to listen to a lot of 80s, 90s R&B when I want to listen to music. You know what I mean? Because to be honest, this new stuff, all the stuff that we see on the news and the media about these deaths and these incarcerations, like listening to that music, you know what I mean? It ain't healthy for your mentality. It ain't healthy for your spirituality. I know it ain't healthy for mine, so I reject it. Now, every once in a while I might hear it, but I done got to a point in my mind, I'm not turning up on it. You know, in order for me to really repair the broken man in me, there's a lot of changes I gotta make. So I encouraging anybody out there who be watching my channel who feel broken, you know, turn up with me. I'm on some let's listen to some different music, some conscious music. I'm about to start working out. I'm about to start doing videos with me in the gym. It's gonna be more videos of me not drinking no liquor and smoking no cigarette. The whole video gonna be more tea time. Gonna be more, working out time, talking about stuff like this. That's what RBMDRT is about. So if you watch this whole video and you ain't a subscriber yet, please subscribe. Please like the video. Thank you. Peace.